all these questions, you answer them. If it checks all yes, then your chances of getting many leads on that open house will be much higher.
Okay, good morning, everyone. We are recording this session about open house. I invited one of my colleagues, and his name is Feras Riyal, to join us. So without further ado, let me start the presentation for this masterclass this morning. Okay, as I was expecting, the system crash. Okay. So as you know, every Monday morning, we have a role play session. We are role playing door knocking, we are role playing different, such as objections, just name it. So this is for everyone to join, and you have the opportunity to role play. I have recorded a few sessions in terms of training for door knocking, investment, video, and there are so many other classes. These are self-paced classes recorded that you can go and learn more about real estate. If you have any question, accountability calls for the group of accountability is also every Monday from 8:30 to 9. We have a free WhatsApp group that are door knocking. These are for door knockers. There is no listening permitted there or advertising or marketing. It's all support, help, provide with materials if we need it. So more than 300 agents are there on WhatsApp for door knockers. And then I recommend you to join. Is a great group, and we help each other. YouTube channel, there are a lot of pre-recorded sessions in there for last year and a half.
Before you go further, there are two things I want you to do. Number one, subscribe to the channel, and anytime I have some new videos, you would be the first one to receive a notification. Number two is, if you read the comment below or the description of this video, you're going to see a whole bunch of links that I created and put for you. So that will take you easily from where you are to the new landing page where you can have access to more information and more data. And enjoy the rest of the video.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Thanks, Ashton, again for having me. So our topic today is on open houses. And really, this is just about sharing like the knowledge that I've acquired over the years, and in terms of everything I learned on open houses. In this, in this business, we learn new things every day. So we're continuously learning, evolving, and learning new things. And it's nice when we can share this knowledge amongst each other, so that every one of us can be, can also advance in their business. So I'm not sure how much of experience whoever is listening to this webinar, how much experience they have, but I'm going to share what I learned from a coach of mine in the past. I don't know if everyone is familiar with Tom Ferry. So the material today, I have to give credit to Tom Ferry and his team. I managed to learn from Tom Ferry, and I've put it together in a presentation. It's going to be 13 slides. I'm going to share what I do and what actually we should be doing in terms of open houses, so that we are, in today's market, you want to be different. You want to do things that not the average agent is going to do, and that's what's going to, differentiate you and have clients come to you. One thing about open houses is, and really not only open houses, this business is mostly about mindset. And whenever you want to, it's easy to plan. It's easy to find what you want, plan what you want to do. But the toughest part is executing. and every one of us, including myself, know that if you don't execute, then whatever material you're gonna get, it's not gonna be beneficial or helpful. So I try to always remind myself, and that's why we do this type of webinars, to remind ourselves and encourage ourselves to, act and implement what we have learned and execute. And trust me, I've never executed 100% of these open house guide, and still it is a lot of uh, advantages of doing. Maybe if you do 80-90% to this guide to open houses, I'm sure you will get leads. So let's get into it. This is the first slide. One thing I want to emphasize is, like I said, the mindset. Like, if you are doing an open house just for the sake of doing an open house, you will not get results. So the bottom line is to, you know, go with the intention that I am going to get business out of this open house. And it's not going to be like a right away business. This business requires a lot of, patience, lead nurturing, and so on. But what I've noticed is that the fastest, for me at least, my first deal actually, when I started back in 2015, 16, my first deal was from an open house. And it wasn't my open house. It was an open house for a colleague at that time in the office. And I was just looking for ways to get business. And I just went to a top agent in my company at that time, and I told them, do you have any open houses? I would like to host an open house. And I got my first open house just literally 2-3 weeks after I got my license. And I did the open house, and I got a lead, and he bought the house that I was hosting. So, and I know that's very, like, it's a very small chance to happen, but at least I went with the intention that I'm gonna get my deal from this open house. So the mindset, the intention is very important when you do an open house. So let's go and discuss about what are the things that we need to do. First of all, like I said, an open house lead is one of the quickest sales you can have in this business. So whoever is coming to the open house is coming for a reason. I know there are nosy neighbors, but all these are potential buyers or sellers. Even the nosy neighbor is a future seller. So never underestimate the leads that you can get from an open house. Sorry, I just want to, okay. So, like I said, what are the common challenges? Common challenges, like I said, is the negative mindset, or what we hear all the time, and you need to avoid these. Like, I don't have any listings of my own. You don't need, like I said, you don't need to have your own listing. The first open house I did, I went to a colleague. So reach out to agents in your brokerage that are active, that are doing open houses, and just, ask that you want to do an open house. So the other thing, don't say that no one ever signs in. I try to avoid this by, since I avoided a pen and paper, I've gotten better results. So there is an app, it's called Core Open House. If you use KV Core as your CRM, you can use the Core Open House. It's very easy. It's an app. You download it. It's free. And this way there are many other apps for open house, but the main thing is that you want to have a digital sign in. You don't want, first of all, when they come in to sign on a paper, they're scribbling. They might put in a phony name or email, but when it's done digitally, you're like the chances of it getting the wrong name or address or phone number reduces significantly. So you want to first of all make sure that you're using digital signage. Don't have that mindset that every attendee already has an agent. So if you go with that mindset, then you will get most of the attendees. You will notice that they already have agents. So and even if they have an agent, maybe they're still not committed to them. They probably just started or something. So you need to differentiate yourself at the open house to try and get clients. Another thing I like to do, the intention that I like to go with in the open house is I'm either gonna get a future buyer or a future seller. The main thing is for the buyer. So the buyers are looking for houses. So try not to sell them, like try not to approach them, and we're going to talk about this later more. Try not to be approaching them with that you're trying to push or sell. Like don't be pushy. Don't try to be selling them the house you're hosting. So and another thing, when you are hosting an open house for another agent, there are some tips that you need or some questions you need to ask yourself and then decide whether this would be a good open house for me to host or not. Because not all open houses are going to be giving good results, especially if they've been a while on the market, if they're priced too high. And we're going to go over the uh, the lists. Gonna jump to the okay, our step one. So these are the things that you need to uh, have a yes answer to. These questions you need to ask yourself before you take or do any open house. Has the property been on the market for fewer than 30 days? Yes. Okay, good. Is the seller agreeable to a regular or mega open house? Yes. Good. Does the property show well inside and out? Yes, good. Does the property feature any unique must-see qualities? So you want to try and do an open house for an open house that's gonna attract leads. Again, is the property in a desirable location with healthy sales? Is it within 1 or 2 turns of a main road? Does the property look good online? Is a property. So all these questions, you answer them. If it checks all yes, then your chances of getting many leads on that open house will be much higher, as opposed to, I mean, you even if you have 1 or 2 no questions, that's fine. But 1 or 2 no answers is still okay. But if you want to have that ultimate uh, lead gen open house property, you want to make sure if all are yes to these questions, then I'll go ahead and do it and do the open house. Step 2 is you want to promote your open house. So uh, I'm putting here things that you need to prepare before before you do the open house. So you're gonna probably uh, you're going to go on your social media, post a 60-second video on your Facebook page, and you post it. If you use KV Core, there's a thing called Property Boost. So if it is your listing, it makes it very easy. I don't know how many of you here are using KV Core. I use KV Core. I go to my listing. It's a 1, 2, 3 step. Yes, it will cost you about I think 18 to 90 Canadian dollars. But one thing, like you want to show yourself. So if it's your listing, you want to show your sellers that you're working. The nice thing about the Property Boost in KV Core is that it sends out a result. Let's say every 2 or 3 days, or I think on a daily basis, it sends out to your sellers. It shows them like their property, how many views, how many shares, how many likes, and they get like data into their into their email. So it shows that you are doing active on social media and trying to promote their listing. So I do that all the time. So you can do it as a just listed. You can do it when it's an open house. You can do it when it's if you've done any price improvement. So there's and you get leads automatically. All the leads come to your KV core, so you can immediately call these leads and try to get an appointment with them. So our third step, I mean, before your another thing you want to do before your open house is invite neighbors. So you want to do, you want to show the neighbors that they are exclusive. You're doing something for them exclusively. So you'll be knocking on doors. You will probably take a flyer of the open house, invite them formally to the open house. If you're holding an open house, maybe from 2 to 4, you probably do it for the neighbors, maybe from 12 to 2, things like that. Like so, you wanna first of all show the neighbors that you're different. You're inviting them. And so on. Another way, I have never done this before, is doing a goodbye party for your seller. It's one of the things, Tom Ferry recommends, but with you can do do a moving away party for the neighbors and invite them, and this shows, most sellers usually are not comfortable with this, but I have not done it personally, but other agents have done it, and it does help to get leads, and it's just a way of differentiating you from other agents, average agents. Another thing you want to do before the open house is create an event. You could do it on the community Facebook group. This way, all the members of the Facebook group can RSVP, and it will be visible to other group members. And then you can make your Facebook event about neighbor-only function. Again, make them feel special. Pointer signs. So pointer signs are those small, signs like house for sale signs or open house signs that you could just put on the lawn, on the streets. Like now, I know these are probably by law constraint, but uh, I I'm not talking about the big open house signs where you have maximum of 5 or 6. I'm talking about the pointer ones, the small pointer ones. You put them just on the day of and remove them immediately after. Um, I usually bring around 8 to 10 of those, and I put them. The last time I brought them, they were taken off. I lost them all, but I consider it as an investment. Sometimes you want to invest in these, and sometimes agents would call, like they would say, these are not allowed, this and that, and but it's up to you. I find them helpful. I invest in them. I consider them like okay, I'm gonna spend $100 on these pointer signs for these uh, townhouse for these open house. Another thing you want to do is before the open house, send out reminders. You go live on Facebook 60 minutes before the official start of your open house. You post Instagram stories documenting your setup right up until the start time, and so on. So, and remember to post a reminder in the community Facebook group and send out a voicemail to the neighbors. This is a software. It's a program. I haven't actually used this one, but there are many others that where you can do like a blast voicemail to your database or to ever you have in your database. Step number 3 is, short time. You've promoted now your open house. Now you're going to make the most use of it. So again, you're going to make sure the property is a show-ready state. You dress up to impress. Does your breath smell minty fresh? Are you wearing your name badge? Do you have ample business cards? Do you have access to contracts? Should any be needed? All this is going to be your checklist. I know that a lot of us are usually on a tight budget and or don't want to be spending so much money, but try to uh, be as much. So my last open house, actually, I didn't print any material. Um, I actually did like a barcode, a scan of the everything about the property. So, and I've noticed two advantages to not having printed material, and it depends on you if you want to do that or not. I'm still testing this way of doing open houses, and I've noticed that two things. When you don't have printed material, there's going to be more focus of a Q&A between you and whoever lead is coming into the open house. So usually when you give them the material or the feature sheet, now they're looking at it, they're reading, and they're not listening or they're not looking at you and there's that distraction. So when I did that, it was the photographer that did for me that barcode, where anyone that comes in, if they ask anything about the open house, they uh, they uh, uh, they scan the barcode and it gives them everything. Uh, on top of that, you have their email and phone number that they've done on the digital. Another thing I usually do is preparing a CMA. So I have what I call a VIP buyer guide. There's a seller guide, market report analysis, a mortgage breakdown, and a local info sheet. I have all these. You can have them either digitally or if you want to print them out, easier for you, you can print them out. So um, the this is way, most of the other agents are just having maybe the feature sheet or the one-page MLS printout. So again, we want to be different. Do a CMA, prepare a CMA, know what is on the market that is competing with this uh, property you are hosting. So you have to be updated in terms of like market, like what else is listed in the neighborhood, what other open houses are in the neighborhood, so that when the visitor comes, you know more than them. So because they have visited many other houses in the area and they're coming to your open house. So, for example, maybe there's another listing that's very similar to your listing. So you want to know what features that listing has, what advantages does your listing have, and so on, so that the visitors will know that you are well informed, you know your market, you know what's going on, and so make sure you are updated in terms of, for example, one of the open houses I did, I know there was another open house that was similar in price, similar in features, um, but their bathrooms weren't the bathroom of the competition wasn't updated. It was carpeting, and the open house that the property that I was doing the open house for was had hardwood flooring. All the bathrooms were updated. So and when the visitor come, so like one of the questions are, have you seen other properties in the area that you liked. Oh, was it that 123 Main Street? Oh, yes, I know that one. So that one doesn't have this, doesn't have that. So, and then you can show that you are aware of the other properties in the area. One of the things I do is I provide food, refreshments, and beverages for the guests. Not too many agents do that. I do it. I know, yes, like you wanna invest in the open house just like you're investing in any other, you know, ad or promotion and it's and it compared to like doing, for example, a Google ad, it's much cheaper for the open house. And to me, I provide refreshments and so on. And if their budget is not uh, allowing you, think about partnering with other vendors and let them chip in. For example, the last time I partnered with a mortgage broker, and the mortgage broker came to the open house, and they had everything in terms of mortgages about that property or financing about that property. And I made them pay 50% of everything that cost us to run the open house, from ads, from, refreshments, from, property boost, and they chipped in. So you could always make use of maybe a mortgage broker, home stager, home inspector, lawyer, or even an insurance broker. One of the things that if you know that your open house is going to be busy, the best thing is to have, people assist you in the open house. Like for me, as a team lead, I have other team members. If I'm not going to be at the open house, or if I am, I don't do it alone. And especially if I know that open house is going to be busy. It's a busy, high demand neighborhood. So I bring at least two more colleagues that help us host the open house. This way you make sure that you're attending to all visitors that come in. Because sometimes if you're alone and it's a busy open house and you have 2, 3 people come in at one time, you're gonna have, a challenge, handling and all the three at once and trying to get all the information from those 3 guests that came in at once. So that's why it's good to have teamwork or have somebody from your team help you. So now visitors come in. What are you going to ask them? Like, what are the questions that like I said, make sure you don't want to be pushy and you don't want to be, selling them the property. So questions, some questions I asked, like how long have you been searching for a property? Have you found your ideal property? If they tell you yes, please tell me about it. So you want to be asking open-ended questions and you're going to be digging deeper and deeper. And from the first 1 or 2 questions, you're going to know if this guy or this visitor is a, let's say, a hot lead or a cold lead, or maybe I don't want to focus my attention on this lead or on this visitor. And then you're gonna know like someone that is ready now from someone that is probably gonna be 6 months or a year away, and then you shift your focus to the ready now visitor. So again, other questions out here. What websites or apps have you been using to search? Do you need to sell first? You want to ask this question so you know if they're a potential seller or not. And most important thing, like you want to be taking down notes. What I do usually, uh, as soon as the visitor leaves and I'm done with my questions and I immediately go to my notes and or to the where they like they've already put in their name and number. I'll go to the notes and write down 1 or 2 things that they said that would make me remember when I want to follow up, because you're gonna follow up and you're gonna have to follow up. And this way, you're going to bring up something from the conversation that was going on so that they will remember also uh, your open house. Because don't forget, they've seen other open houses, they've seen maybe many other agents. So you want to try and build rapport and say something or listen as much as possible and take down notes so that when you call them and follow up with them. So when you are asking questions, the things you want to look for is like I said, their motivation, their money, time frame, like uh, if they have a property to sell, in search, or are they in search of like what exactly they're looking for, and if there are anybody else. For example, I don't focus on a guest that is coming, for example, uh, a kid coming to by himself or herself and looking for their parents, or someone coming to look for her sister. Like these, so you don't want to waste time where the actual decision maker is not there. It's good, so this is where you want to filter out those that, who are you going to spend wasting your time talking to in the open house? Am I going to spend my time with this lead, this visitor? This is someone that's coming to buy for his sister, whereas a couple enters maybe with two kids and they're first-time home buyers. So I'm going to shift my attention to those, and they don't have an agent. So I'm going to shift my attention to those and leave the other visitor wandering and doing their business. And this is what I mean by trying to gauge the visitors and see which ones you want to, be asking them questions and following up. Again, we talked about practice listening. So always paraphrase the guest response back. And don't be a tour guide. Like refrain from overwhelming guests with instructions, questions, handouts, giving them this, that. Always try to build rapport first in the first or one or two questions. And yeah, you don't want to be that one that is also taking them uh, around and just, acting like a tour guide. Uh, Here's a checklist when you're doing the open house. Uh, Relock any unlocked doors. Uh, did you put back the key in the lockbox? Did you return the lights to how you found them? So this is a checklist that I normally do. Just or if you have team members, you want to give them this checklist to make sure that everything, so your seller will not be upset if there's like any mess, or you forgot maybe the patio door open, and it happens, things happen, if you're not managing the open house perfectly, or you're alone and somebody went to the basement, you have a walkout basement, and they left the sliding door not even unlocked, open. I've had incidents where like it happens, and I forgot to lock back. Uh, that time I was new in the business, and I didn't have this checklist. I left the open house, and the sellers call me and says it rained, and the whole water entered into the basement. The sliding door wasn't shut properly. So you want to make sure that you are do check everything before you leave. So the next step is that the follow up. So you want to follow up immediately, like as soon as possible after the open house. Why as soon as possible? Number one, so that they still remember you, and and don't forget other agents are following up. So the first to follow up will most likely win that lead. So, and as we know, all the money is made in the follow-up. So another thing I wanted to mention is don't think that if you didn't pick up any buyer or seller from the open house, that your open house failed. You need to be more positive, and it's just like any other lead generation. So there's going to be follow-up, there's going to be nurturing, and follow-up and nurturing, follow-up and nurturing until that leads, you know, uh, uh, you know, is ready to buy or sell. So these are it's like a list of measuring, tracking and measuring, like how many sign-ins, were there any buyer appointments, were there any seller appointments. Another thing I usually do, I didn't mention, is we talked about the intention. So uh, when when you have that intention that you want to uh, go with that positive mindset and keep that intention that you want to either convert a buyer or a seller. For buyers, uh, I try to get an appointment for them to show them, not get them on it to sign a BRA or sign a contract or choose me as the realtor. Remember when I talked about comparables? So uh, you want to have that data, and you want to have a list of houses very similar to the house you're doing the open house. Especially, you want to have a list for properties that do not have an open house. So, because if they do not have an open house, that means that visitor who's coming to your open house didn't see that house already, or hasn't, or maybe haven't. The chances of them seeing that property is very minimal. So I usually pick 2 or 3 properties that are similar to the one I have that do not have open houses, and I keep it on the side, and I start asking like, what are the features that you're looking for? And so I'm not selling them the open house I have. I just want to get more. Oh, did you see? Now I go and I say, oh, by the way, did you see 123 Banana Street? And it's one of the other open houses that I have and I remember. Uh, they say, no. Oh, by the way, it does have a for example, let's say they're looking for a bathroom in the basement, and you happen to know that property has a bathroom in the basement. Oh, did you see that property? It actually does have that room. And I honestly believe that it's gonna I'm gonna check most of their boxes from what you're telling me. When are you available to view that property? I can take you right after the open house today or tomorrow. So, first of all, you're gonna show them that property, so for them to see that actually yes, there is a house. So the going back, my intention is to take them on a showing appointment. Like if you have that in mind on every open house, like you want to try for every buyer that comes in, a serious buyer that's coming in that's looking for other houses, I wanna set up a showing appointment for another property with them either that same day or the next day. This, trust me, if you go with that intention and you're prepared, and you manage to get one lead to a showing, 80% chance you're gonna convert that lead. So that's one thing I wanted to share that I usually do. So we talked about follow-up. So 60% of leads require between 8 to 12 follow-up attempts. Most of us, or I tell you, the average agent doesn't follow up more than 2 to 3 times and they give up. So studies say that you need to follow up 8 to 12 times before they respond. So if you're calling someone that came to the open house, if you call them once, twice, three times, send them an email, they don't respond, 99% of us will give up right there. So that's where the other agents, the other 1% that follow up to 12 times, convert more leads because they're doing what they actually have to do. So there's what I call a 10x follow-up campaign over 2 weeks that you can do with these leads. And for example, you're gonna do an audio message, leave a voicemail. So you're gonna call them, you're gonna leave their voicemail, you're gonna text them, you're gonna send them a private message, you're gonna do a video message, audio message, email, handwritten note, post it, send it to their address, send them anything to their address, and a social media follow. If you do maybe do 4, 6, 2, 4, 6, 8, these are 10 ways you can follow up. If you do just maybe, if you pick 6 of those, trust me, your conversion rate will go up dramatically. So what can you send them? So here's a list of what you can do from day 0 to day 21. So these are 3 weeks. So and I can share this with anyone that wants later on, or I can send it to you, Ashton, if someone wants to take the presentation. I'll be more than glad to share it. So for example, day 0, you just send them a thank you note or a video message. Video is very important. I know a lot of us, are reluctant to do a video message. Maybe they're camera shy. I was the most camera shy person you'd ever think, but with time, as you become more confident, and trust me, when you do the first video message, if you're not doing videos or you don't do video, the more you do, even if you're not sending them, like try to practice. I used to practice on my own on a video message, and I wouldn't send it. Then what I started doing is like doing 1 message, 2 message. I don't send them. I'm just practicing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like after 5, 6 videos, you become more comfortable, more confident, and now you try sending them. And don't worry about editing or anything. They tell you, like, the more natural your video message is, the more attention it's gonna get. So these are the things you would do from day 0 to day 6. I'm not gonna go over them, but it's very straightforward. Connect with them on Facebook. Day 7, day 8, check out. These are, just ideas of what you can do to keep them engaged and keep following up for the first 3 weeks. And then after that, you just put them on a drip campaign based on their, time frame. And we'll talk about the campaigns that you can do. If it's a seller, there's another, it's very similar to the buyer. It's just that maybe you're gonna have their home value on day 21. And that's why it's important to have the address and try and get their home address if it's a seller. So after this 21 days, you're gonna do the lead nurturing. So there are follow-up campaigns that you can do through any of these. Like I said, I use KV Core. I got used to it. Any CRM you use is good as long as you use it. So I use KV Core, and I actually do my own customized follow-up campaigns through ChatGPT. So I have there's a 1-year follow-up, there's a 1-year campaign, 2-year campaign for buyers, for sellers, and it was all done through ChatGPT. And you take it from ChatGPT and put it in your KV Core and the rest is, as long as you are, following up with phone calls, video messages, plus your campaign, you will convert. Your conversion rate will be much, much, much higher. So yeah, that's about it that I have on open house guide. I hope it's been useful. Like I said, if you want this, I can share it, no problem. I can send it to Ashton. Ashton can share it. So are we doing any Q&A, Ashton? I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
done. We still have 15
sure.
minutes.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. That was great open house presentation. I learned a lot here. Anyone has any question? I have a question, as everybody else possibly getting ready for a question. Do you follow the same procedures with condominium as well?
To be honest, condominium slightly different. I'm not a fan, but I I haven't done open houses on condominiums, to be honest. Like uh, I maybe in my what 9-year career, I've probably done two open houses for condominiums.
Oh, okay.
Unless you're talking about like condo townhouses or condo apartments.
Apartment.
Yeah, on condo apartments, I didn't do any open houses. I focus on all the freehold.
Okay. There are
Yeah,
limitations with condominium apartment. Anyone has any
yeah.
question here? Just unmute and speak up if you have any question. Usually what I do with open houses, I go a week before, I prepare a sheet and I give them the announcement, the news that we're gonna put this house on the market. And if they have any cousin, friends, family, like to move to this neighborhood. So I am going to see if there's anyone wants to sell or buy, or any family members wants, or if they are interested in investing in real estate. That would give me some opportunities to talk to all the neighbors at that time.
Definitely, definitely. Yeah. I mean, it's a great opportunity when you have an open house to do door knocking because you have something, yeah, to share or something to say. A lot of us, are reluctant or afraid of door knocking because maybe they don't know what to say or what to say to the neighbors. So an open house gives you that opportunity to even find sellers. And they usually say the rule, if you're open house, if you're listing your property, let's say if you're listing, you door knock like 10 houses to the right, 10 houses to the left, and 20 houses across your listing. So that makes 40 houses you can door knock before your open house.
Absolutely. Any question here for us?
I have a question.
No, go ahead.
Hi. Thank you. Was great, great information. I just wonder for the door knocking, do you give them flyer, like kind of thing, like say invite you to the open house and these are information of this open house? That's one question. And the other one is, do you, I'm not sure if I missed that part, make your own video, if it's not your open house, even very short video of like the house, and just post it, or how do you advertise other the other way of advertising other people's, like agents, open house,
Mm,
the marketing?
yeah, two good questions. For the flyer, yes, it's like an invitation you can do on
Yeah.
Canva, inviting them to an open house. Like you give it to them, it has your information, it has a brief description about the property, and yeah, with the timing and all that, and yeah, I give it to them. Uh, I usually try to get their information also and note it with me. Like if they can give me like I would tell them, I can also send you this digitally, so in case you lose it, can I have a name and email? So I send it to you digitally, or I can, if you're not going to be at the open house, I can update you as soon as we get it sold, or things like that. So a lot of neighbors want to know how much the property sold for, like their neighbor, and
Yeah.
you show them that you want to give them that information. So yeah, the flyer is very simple, and the flyer is not the most likely is going to end up in the trash, just like the business card. But at least they saw your face, and uh, you try to get from them like their email at least, so you can have them in your database, and then you can update them about the property. So I try to get that. On the other question, if you're doing it for another agent, I think you need permission now. Ashton, you want to add in on this?
Yeah, as far as I know, you have to go with your own brokerage. So if it's Remax, you have to be Remax. If it's eXp Realty, it has to be eXp Realty. I wasn't clear on that one because I used to call my friend at Remax and listen, do you have any open house? So I would attend their open house with the consent of the owner knew. And but
Yeah.
apparently that's changed to only brokerage for brokerage. So if I'm in eXp, I can give open house to eXp. Now, one of the technique I use sometimes if there is no listing, my own listing, then I would usually check if if there is an agent on the other side of the city, let's say Scarborough, listed a house in Oakville. I know it's hard for her to come here. So I grab the phone and say, listen, I live close to this house. Do you want me to run an open house for you? So I get a lot of those as well. So as far as I know, double check with your board. But as far as I know, any agent from the same brokerage can give open houses for the same brokerage.
Yeah, and if you have permission, I think you can do the video. That's not a problem. So as long as you have permission. I mean, in the past you didn't need permission to do videos because I think recently because in KV Core you can do a property boost of a listing even if it's not yours, as long as you have permission. So from the agent and the seller.